why my client's hair is becoming wavy after the nanoplasty treatment. Hello, welcome to the SOS Flora. My name is MJ. I'm a nanoplasty specialist and I'm here. Mistakes that you are doing that are making your client's hair wavy after the nanoplasty. So welcome to this live today. I'm going to be showing you in real life what you guys are doing wrong when you pass the iron on the hair. So invite your friends to come to this live because we're going to talk about something very important. Welcome all of you. So happy to see you again. We are here on the training center and I'm going to be showing you what you guys are doing that are making your hair, the hair of your clients, still wavy after the nanoplasty treatment. Let me show you the reason why. Where is my brush? All right. Okay, so we are going to see here the hair. Every time you're doing the hair, first, what you need to have very clear in your head is the divisions of the hair must be very clear. Can you see that? The divisions should be very clear. I should be able to see the roots and the division should be clean. Otherwise, if you work in a messy environment, you won't be able to make this hair 100% straight. I use my nail, which helps me to divide the hair really well. Oh, can you hear me now? Please let me know, Matt, if you can. Can you guys hear me? Can you guys hear me? If you can't, let me know. Can you guys hear me? Can you guys hear me talking? All right. So, Matt, increase your volume a bit. Oh, okay. So, it's a sign that you guys can hear me. All right. First of all, when you are doing nanoplasty by Fluoractive, you're going to rinse the hair 100%. Once you rinse the hair 100%, you are going to use the spray, the heat protection. If you don't use the heat protection, you're going to miss out big time on protection on this hair. And you may make this hair a bit warm. As she has some highlights, I don't want to make this hair warm, okay? So the divisions should be very clean, but the amount of hair on the straightener shouldn't be very thin. So I'm not expecting you guys to be thin sections like this. Can you see how transparent is this section? I'm not expecting you guys to do sections like this. Because if you are using a straightener in a hot temperature in these sections, what is going to happen with your application? It's going to take forever. You're going to take, instead of, half an hour, you're going to take 2 hours when you pass the iron. So, and the results are not going to be good. You know why? Because why it's not going to be good? It's going to dehydrate the hair. Once you finish the nanoplasty application, the hair will be dehydrated. So you're going to have that fluffy ends. So what I've seen lately on the results of nanoplasty from people that doesn't know what to do, very well, is they don't take care of the ends. The ends, you should take care of the ends as you take care of the roots. So you can avoid that fluffy ends, that light fluffy ends. So I'm going to teach you now how to make sure that you pass the straightener properly to avoid the hair becoming wavy. So that's what you're going to do. First of all, you are going to divide the hair very well. And the sections will be about 1 centimeter sections. So what I mean by that, see how thick is this section? You cannot see my hand underneath. The sections are not too thin. Look how thick is the section. Definitely not as thin as you guys use it. Then, what you're going to be using is the clamp or the glove, because you need this tension on the hair. You can do this tension with the glove as well. When you hold the hair with the glove and you pass, the straightener on the hair. So I'm going to be showing you guys what I do with the straightener. me desperately. I already received 3 phone calls while I'm on live. Okay, so I'm gonna hold the hair with a clamp, and I'm gonna pass the straightener in the 90 degree. I'm not gonna go down, because if I go down, I lose some of this area near to the head. So I'm gonna go with the hair up, and I'm holding again, and I will pass the iron, and I'm holding again. Pass the iron, and I'm holding again. Now we're gonna go to the ends. Obviously that the straightener is turned off so I don't burn my model's head, because I'm showing you guys. I'm gonna go down, and I don't drop the hair while I go down. See that the hair is still up? So that's what I normally do. If I was doing this for real, this is how I would do. See that I hold the hair with a clamp before I finish the passes, because the hair is uneven, is layered, and I want to make sure that I go all the way down. When I go down, I make sure that I pass the straightener all the way to the ends. This is something that a lot of you doesn't do. You stop the straightener like this, and you go down, and you lose track, because it hurts your arms to be down like this. If you pull the hair up near to your chest, it doesn't hurt your hands, and you can go all the way to the end. If you go down, it starts hurting your back and your hands. Understand? So this is a massive deal for you to make sure that you do evenly the strength that you pass on the top, on the middle, and on the bottom. Make sure that you have the same strength on your hand, and you do the hair in parts. I know that some of you does this. 1, 2. Let me tell you, whoever does the straightening part like this, they are not being thorough on the application. So the best way is divide the hair in 3 parts in your head. So you're gonna do roots, roots, roots. Then you're gonna pull the straightener, middle, 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 ends, ends, and ends. I've done 3 passes here because I've done 3 on the top, 3 in the middle, 3 on the ends. This is the best part, the best way for you to do it, to make sure that you have enough tension on the hair. Why yesterday a woman messaged me saying, "Oh, MJ, I followed everything and the hair is now wavy near to the roots. I don't know what did I go wrong." She sent me a video of her ironing, and it was exactly like this. She was doing exactly like that, holding the hair, going down. On her knees, pretty much. This is the movement. You shouldn't be doing this to iron the hair. You should be standing. And what moves is your arms, not your whole body. You're not doing squats. I know, I think she was trying to exercise at the same time. But you know what I mean? You should hold the strainers off. That's why the hair looks a bit fluffy still, because I haven't started the straightening part, okay? So you start the straightening part, holding the hair with the glove or the brush, and you divide that in 3 sections. 1, 2, and 3, and you pull the hair up. See? Up, up. You're not gonna go down. Because if you go down, you lose the tension on your hand. How can you go tensioning all the way down to the end? How are you gonna do that, honey? You know what I mean? I don't know why people go down with a straightener. You go up to your chest. You work upwards. So then first, you're gonna have the hair 90 degrees. You're gonna be able to do this part here of the hair as well. When you go up, you do this part of the hair underneath very well. So I go up. "Oh, MJ, I don't know how to use the clamp. It's very hard for me to use the clamp." Use the glove then. Use the glove, and the glove will do the same thing. You're gonna hold the hair, and hold it, and hold it. and push the hair up. It doesn't make any difference if you use the clamp or the glove. But what happens if you are using the clamp? If you are using the comb, what happens? Let me show you what happens when you use the clamp. When you use the clamp. Lose, no tension. Lose. And then when you go up, look at that belly that creates. See? Let me push here a little bit further. How can you pass the straightener in a hair that it's so messy like that? See, if your work is not clean, it will become very hard for you to be 100% good. You know what I mean? When you use the comb, there is no tension here. Towards the end, look how the hair looks towards the end, guys. Look at this belly that creates. You don't have any tension. How can you do the ends to become nice if you don't have any tension on the ends? That's why your ends are becoming so fluffy. That's why when you finish the nanoplasty, the hair looks all right, but it doesn't look glossy the way we promote. Because you are missing out a big, big step, which is pulling the hair, dividing the hair very straight, and the amount of hair matters as well. If you have a very, very little amount of hair, forget about it. You're not going to be able to do all the way to the end. And those ends you're going to cut at the end because you think will become dehydrated. So a very important part of the process is the iron. The iron became a very, very important part of the process. If you don't do the iron part properly, you're not going to be able to achieve the OMG effect. You're going to say that it's just me and my team that are able to do it. And you know what? There was a lady that came here to the training center. She was like, MJ, I've been doing nanoplasty for quite a while now. I never was able to achieve that results that you promote. I followed everything. It's always the same thing. I follow everything. She came here. That day, I had a spare afternoon. A spare evening, actually. She decided to come in. And I say, you're going to do the whole thing. I'm going to watch. During the iron, she was holding with a brush, but very loose, and going all the way down. When she finished it, she was stretching herself because her back was hurting. And then I say, why you are squatting? You are actually doing squats. At the same time, you are ironing the hair. That's why you can do 2 a day and you get smashed. Because while you're going down and you're actually going down with your body to suit, the straightener, that's why it hurts your back. It makes you tired. When you push it up, it doesn't hurt anything. You can do 4, 5 a day without getting hurt or without getting so exhausted. So when you pull the hair up 90 degrees and you pull the hair up, first thing that happens is underneath, you grab the hair underneath. Second, you are able to give the tension the same from the top to the middle to the bottom. You give the same tension throughout the whole hair. And third, you make the ends silkier. You use the moringa oil, obviously. Use the moringa oil and you make sure that those ends are silk. Don't save on moringa oil. Moringa oil might be your best friend if you are dealing with dry hair. Especially during the passes, if you pass the moringa oil, then be generous on the moringa oil and you will not regret. This oil is a magical oil, really. So your iron might be wrong. Because if you do everything I said using the wrong iron, unfortunately, you're not going to be able to achieve the OMG effect, because the OMG effect are achieved when you use the proper iron. But I know that there is some hairdressers using the proper iron, not achieving the right result. And then the client comes back with a hair wavy. So how I identify when the client's hair is wavy? They come in, I do the wash, I blast dry, and then if the hair is wavy, I can redo that area. But if you are seeing too many clients coming back saying, my hair is wavy, Você tá... Pronto, tá moda. Acabou. And you are doing the clients are complaining that their hair becoming wavy and you don't know why. It might be because you don't know how to pass the iron properly. What temperature for the iron? It depends. The thicker the hair is, the hotter the iron needs to be. Minimum to do nanoplasty would be 210. Less than 210, you will achieve obviously a good result, but you may not get the silky straight result. Less than 210, you're not going to achieve the full sleek, glossy result. You're going to achieve a smoothing, a really nice and soft, but maybe that glossy look, it requires a little bit more. So 210 will be the minimum that you're going to start. So there is a tip that I teach on my courses about a secret for you to go up on the straightener. You start passing the straightener. If you feel that it's not releasing a lot of steam, or if you feel that the hair can support a little bit more, you go up and you try. There is no shame on trying. You try. If you feel that the hair became a bit crunchy, or if you feel that the hair is becoming a bit dry on the first, second pass, reduce the straightness straight away and you know that you are on the right temperature. But if you don't even try because you are scared, how would you know? Sometimes you are using 210, but the hair requires 230, but you haven't even tried. So the best way, even me, it's not because I have experience that I see the hair straight away, I decided which temperature. Normally I do that, but sometimes I feel, what about if I go up? There was a hair. Let me find this hair here for you guys. It was a blonde hair. She came in to do a training. I started doing the training for her, and in my head, the ideal temperature for her was 230, because her hair was blonde, because her hair was dry, because she has, been bleaching her hair and blah, blah, blah. I thought it was 230, and 230, honestly, I thought was a lot. So I thought, this 230 would be good for her. But then, as soon as I applied 230, I realized that the hair required 250. But then looking to this hair, I would never guess that the hair required 250. I would say, maybe 250 is way too much for her. That's what I thought before starting. Then once I started, the hair, as Danny says, starts speaking to me. It starts showing that it's still a bit wet. You know that oily wet on the roots? It wasn't becoming really glossy. So I said, let me try 250. And that was 250 the right temperature. This is the hair after the wash, guys. This is a hair where I used 250. You know what I mean? So the hair was talking to me and saying, I need more, I need more. Okay, so Indulgent Beauty Secret is saying, how about all gray hair from root to end, old lady hair? Okay, so when we're doing a gray hair, what we need to do is we need to use as much as this pigment as possible. If the hair is really thick, I will be using Eco Reduxer because then I'm going to enjoy the whole pigment and with the strength of the Eco Reduxer. If the hair is not really thick, I'm going to be using the W2. But I need the full pigment because then when I pass the straightener in a hotter temperature, I'm not going to make this hair warm. What makes the hair warm and the reason why we get scared is we use the W1, which is not the solution for the gray hair. And then when we pass the straightener, the minimum temperature changes the gray hair. Gray hair changes the temperature, the color, even using the iron on its own. If someone comes in and say, I would like to have a blow dry and iron, and you use 210 in someone that have gray hair, they're going to have a warmer tone. So what we need to do to overcome that issue, we put pigment. So we put a lot of pigment. We put the pure W2 or the pure Eco Reduxer that gives the full pigment color. Then when we pass the straightener, we don't make this hair yellow. Because what happens, you guys should know by now, the pigment gets transformed. So we've got a pigment, a purple pigment that when we pass the straightener, we neutralize that pigment. So that's why you can't get a really gray hair normally without getting warm if you use W1. You need to use W2, or you need to use the Eco Reduxer. I'm going to show you here a gray hair that we've done recently for the training. The hair didn't change the color one bit. It didn't change one single bit. It was amazing. Let me see if I can find it. It would be a bit hard because I went jet skiing with the kids and there is heaps of video on my phone of the jet ski. Let me see if I can find this video of the gray hair. So she was a client of a client, and she did the nanoplasty on fully gray. Let me see if I can find it here. It'll be hard. Let me see. And it was amazing. The outcome was like incredible. The hair was beautiful, hydrated, not yellow whatsoever. Whoever says that it's impossible to do gray without making the hair yellow doesn't know the techniques properly, because it is 100% possible to make gray hair, 100% gray hair, still gray at the end and not warm one single bit. But obviously, I don't know if I will find it. It's a video that we've done a long time. So W2 is good for gray hair. 100% W2 is ideal for gray and blonde hair. Obviously, the W2 will not be strong enough for someone with a really thick and coarse fiber. If you have someone with a really thick and coarse fiber, I would definitely use the Eco Reduxer instead. Okay, the purple bottle, the Eco Reduxer. Do you have one? Yeah, you do have the Eco Reduxer here. So I'm going to show you the Eco Reduxer bottle. It's a purple bottle like this one here. Let me stop sharing. This is the Eco Reduxer bottle. This is the product that it's ideal for someone with a really coarse and gray hair. It would be fantastic for you to use that in someone that really requires that toning, but you don't want to make that hair yellow. So I hope that all the tips that I left for you guys here today was enough for you to understand why sometimes your client comes back with some wavy hair. So if you guys have, oh, I have light purple. Okay, which one is the light purple? We can talk on inbox about that. I hope you guys enjoyed this live. Don't forget to save this live, so next time you have a hair or someone coming back saying, hey, I think the hair is still wavy, you know where to find, because it's sometimes hard to find lives here. So save this live, so next time you will have the information right handed to you. Hope you guys have a great day, and I will see you on the next SOS Flora. Bye.